Unfortunately, I know you guys know me for my games and all that, but today I'm just going to book it. I'm just going to plug along. Thank you. I see Paris popped in and Dee's Deals and Maria and Mel and all those. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to start. So these three are like eggs, you know, perfect for Easter coming up. But they are, I did check them on my gem tester. There's an old tag on here. It's just been so rubbed off. I thought maybe they might be some sort of gemstone, but I believe they're just glass when I tested my gemstone, but they are heavy. There's this one as well. It's a little bit bigger. And then this one actually moves a teeny bit. It kind of looks like this stone right here is quartz. I thought this might be quartz. It moves a little bit, but I don't think quite up as far as quartz. Oh, goodness gracious. It didn't break, I promise. But anyways, this first item I'm going to bring you is literally a buyer's choice where you can buy an egg and put it in an Easter basket for your grandkids. I'm starting the auction now, and you can pick one of them. They're very, very heavy, as you would imagine. Super heavy and fun little things that you can add to an Easter basket. Or you could purchase all three and then have just decor to add for, you know. My dad, actually, I bought him one of these really fancy eggs when I was in Australia the last time I visited him because he loves rocks, except the one I bought him was an actual gemstone egg. And he just puts it up like a prize, you know. Thank you for looking. Like I said, I'm just going to keep plugging along. So this next item I'm going to bring you, again, I do have progressive shipping. I can't tell you necessarily these are not $4.50 for the first item because this is not jewelry, but everything's been weighed and considered their size. I actually have been underscoring what my shipping is supposed to be, and I've had to take some massive losses because I didn't charge enough shipping on some of the items that I've done. So I would rather bear on the having charged a little bit more, and then I'll refund you. All of you know who have ordered from me that if I go over about $1 of any of my expenses to ship you these items, I will refund them to you. So don't worry about those shipping. But it is progressive shipping. This is a vintage shoe shine brush. Very simple. Nothing wrong with it. It's got a wood backing. That's probably horsehair. I can't tell you exactly for sure because I don't know how to test horsehair, but I'm selling it for a whopping $2.50. So if you need a shoe shine thing, even for your husband, this will work. So it's just a vintage shoe shine brush, 4.5 inches in width, $2.50 to start. Nothing wrong with it. Oh, and it looks like there is a brand right there. It does say, I didn't even notice that. It says maybe Mohawk? I don't know. Gosh, I didn't even know it had a brand there. Hold on. Now I got to get my thing to look at it. I don't even know what I did with my. Hold on. I have to get my loop. Did not even know it had a brand. So this says Nohawk. Now, no hawk, I guess. So not familiar with it, but thank you for taking a look. All right, let me keep moving on. I'm just going to keep plugging along. Look at this gorgeous, beautiful porcelain mini pitcher. It is hand painted. You can feel the texture of those hand painted florals. Again, I'm moving these antiques along because I've closed my booth. So I realize these are great deals. There are nothing wrong with it. This is 5 inches tall. And I have a 4.50 start. Look how beautiful with the beautiful texture there. That's the bottom. That's the inside. And I'm starting the auction now. It's a 4.50 start. What a beautiful decor piece to put on a shelf and use for decor. And Mel's in, lovely. Mel has such great taste. This would be something I would keep, but I can't keep everything. But it's beautiful, and there aren't any flea bites. Feeling it along. I'll always tell you if there is, and that's going home with Mel. Woohoo! Great, great buy. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Mel. Okay, I'm going to keep plugging along because I got lots to do here. I've got another beautiful mini pitcher here, also porcelain. This is also 5 inches tall, Underneath, it shows that it's the brand Lefton China. Okay. Now, you know how they always have these little dimensional roses? Sometimes you can't even actually tell if anything cracked off because you don't know what they're normally supposed to look like. When I look at this, it doesn't look like anything's broken off. But even if it did, it still looks like it's supposed to be. So, it's beautiful. There are no nicks or anything anywhere else. It definitely looks vintage antique. And I'm going to start the auction. $3 start for that beautiful teeny little picture. And you know what? You can actually use that for a vase. Isn't that cute? Definitely porcelain. And there are the marks on the bottom. We have 5 seconds left for that pretty $3 start. And Mel is in for $3 on that beautiful vase. We've got 5 seconds left. Again, that would look cute with some plants. And so Mel, just so you know, it doesn't look like any of these have, because like on this one, part of me is like, well, did the other side of that break off, or is the rose not supposed to have the other pieces there? It's hard to tell. But regardless, it looks beautiful just as it is. So thank you for your bid, Mel. What a great deal. $3 start. Woohoo! All right, I'm going to keep plugging along. I have some lovely, they are some metal ashtrays. These 3 ashtrays are matching, okay? And they're in excellent condition. You can see glass. These are magnetic. So sometimes these ashtrays are actually metal, sterling plated. But this one is not because it's magnetic. But look how clean it is from the back. But there are 3 matching ones. They're all exactly the same. You can use them as trinket dishes as well. It doesn't have to be used as a ashtray, but I have a $7 start for all of them, which makes them about $2.33 each. I'm starting the auction now. They are all matching, as I said. They're stackable, and you can use them however if you had a party at your house and you had a whole bunch of people over, what a great thing to be able to set out just to make sure, or even out on your back porch for guests who, now I'm not a smoker, so I don't use that, but I would use them as trinket dishes. Thank you very much for looking. Oops, I didn't mean to make that fall. Okay. This is actually really unique, and I did do a Google Lens search on this. This is highly valuable. If you do a Google Lens search on it, you're going to find the value is up there in the area of, where did I do with my phone? Hold on. Let's see if it hasn't updated yet, but, oh, there you go. So you can see here, I mean, it's cast iron. It's super heavy. Okay, $45, $55. Now, there's a little spring there because when you put the money in, it's supposed to mean so the other money can't come out. I have no idea the code to open this, but if there's anybody who knows how to break into those things, more power to you. But personally, I would just use it as decor. Okay, but I have a $21 start on this. This is a very unique and awesome piece. Heavy, safe deposit box. Very cool. Very old. And I was sitting there. I thought at one point, I thought I knew how to get into here, but I bet you could research it. So thank you for taking a look. I do have one more little, ashtray / trinket dish, but this particular one did not match the others. I'm going to show you real quick. If you look at the center, sorry, you can see that they look different. Okay. So this one I'm selling individually, and it is just a $2 start. This one has a little bit of you could clean under there. I don't know. You have to get some water in there somehow. Now this one is not magnetic. So I actually did test it for sterling, but it did not test positive. Yes, I can rerun the bank. sure thing. Okay, so I'm starting the auction there. This is a $2 start on our little trinket dish. And we've got 12 seconds left. Rachel, this is a really cool bank. Super valuable. Loved it in my antique booth. And I swear at one point I thought I knew how to get in there. But even if you can't ever get in there, there must be a way. I bet you could look it up. All right, let me rerun this. Hold on, I got to bring it up. And you saw those values there. It definitely has significant value. Oh, in Gideon's room, that's cute. Okay, so I'm starting the auction now. Yeah, he can just sit there and play with it. At some point, he might get it open. I swear, I thought I recalled somehow twisting this a certain way and it coming open. I don't know. But it is, he cannot break this. Let me tell you that. It is solid. So that's going to go home with Rachel. Lovely. He's going to love it. Okay, thank you so much, Rachel. Okay. Gideon's going to love it. All right. So I'm going to keep plugging away on the smaller, lighter things. I have this again. I'm sorry, I'm not playing games and doing all my, I'm just trying to move along. Look at this. I do, in fact, live in Pennsylvania. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But at an antique store, I had gotten this. These are like shadow pictures made out of wood. And you can see there, it's a little Amish scene. I have a $3 start on that. It's 11.5 inches across. And if I pull this further out, you will be able to see the whole picture. Pretty cool thing. My parents live in Australia, and when my stepmom came a couple visits ago, she stole. I had another Amish thing that was like an Amish napkin holder made out of wood that she loved. She thought it was the coolest thing to take it back to Australia because you don't typically come across those things there. So, anyways, thank you for taking a look at that. All right, I'm going to kind of go from smaller to bigger here just because it benefits you in the purpose of progressive shipping. And this is a beautiful, again, these prices are super low. These are like what I paid for them, literally. I'm just trying to move them along. If you look up their values, they will be higher than this. But this is Silver City Glass Company. It's a footed uh, bowl here, and it's got some gold tone floral inlay there. It's really quite lovely. It's a $3.50 start. I'm starting the auction now. And as you can see, there's your footed. And if you do a Google search on it, you'll find more of the details out about that company. I don't have time to go into that, but if you were to do a screenshot, you would see that as well. And most of these things, as you know, I have a lot of these items that I'm bringing you items that I've already brought, antiques and collectible wise, that are already on my Buy It Now store. So if you're looking for additional antiques and collectibles, don't be shy. Go check out my Buy It Now store. They are literally rock bottom clearance prices. They're not going to go any lower. And they're like steals. I'm just trying to move them along. So this is an Indiana Glass Company Loganberry bowl. And if you look, it's hard to tell, but if you look really close, you can see all the berries there. It's just a lovely kind of dish to use for guests when you have, whatever occasion you have for fruit or candy or whatever. But I have it as a $3 start. It's hard to see it on the white background. So I'm just showing you. You can see it's bumped up, it's all that shape and stuff. So we got 7 seconds left on the Indiana Glass bowl with the berries. I appreciate you taking a look. Okay. I'm going to keep going here. I'm just going to keep plugging along. This is a beautiful dish. This is actually Bavaria Schumann open work. It's got some birds and some florals. Porcelain, I assume. You can see the marks on the back there. I guess this isn't considered lattice unless it crisscrosses, so I just called it open work. But look at the beautiful birds you can see there. And this is a little bit more valuable of a dish. So that's the start point is still only $5, but I'm going to start the auction now. Again, you can look these up on you can go into my store at any time during this sale and you can see all the things I'm bringing and you can look them up yourself and find the value. You're going to find them to be, you know, solid values, but I'm just moving these along. Thank you for taking a look at this. We've got 1 second left. I'm going to keep going. All right. What a beautiful dish this one is. I gotta find it. Hold on. It's right here. And this one's by the company Machin, Machin, and Pots. It's a floral dish. When I had it in my antique booth and I had researched it, it's actually got more value than a lot of the other kind of decorative dishes that I have here. But obviously, you see some embossing, which just means that the imprint is coming at you. It's coming towards you. It's not like sketched or imprinted into it. There's a number on here, but I know it's that brand because I, of course, did a Google search on it. It's beautiful floral dish, $5 start. It is 8.5 inches tall here. So Dee's Deals is in for 5. It's a beautiful dish, Dee. You will love it. And I know Dee does a lot of antiques and collectibles resale, so she's very familiar with probably a lot of things that I'm going to bring tonight. So thank you for your bid, Dee. And that is going home with you. Very lovely. Thank you so much. Okay. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Let's see what else I want to grab here. Oh, now this is what I call lattice. That is a lattice dish. Um, again, I would also still say porcelain. I don't know. It's got left in China on the back. Again, these prices that I'm bringing you are this low because I'm really just recouping the cost of what I paid. Welcome in, C. Wilson. We're just doing antiques and collectibles train, but I'm trying to hustle along so that I can get done in time for our awesome next seller that will be at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Look at the beautiful peaches. Now, I'm a Georgia girl. I did move from Georgia. Felicia does know that. So I had a special place in my heart for the peaches, but it's a beautiful lattice dish. I have a $4 start on that left in lattice dish. It's 8 inches in width, no chips, nothing wrong with it, as you see. A gorgeous piece. And Dee, you will love that. Yes, I'm a Georgia girl. I do admit it. And I really am like partial to all the lattice stuff is just so beautiful to me. A lot of times people take these plates and they hang them on their walls. There are a few plates I'm bringing you tonight that have these little wall hanger things that are already on them because that's how some people like to display them. Thank you for your bid, Dee. It's a beautiful dish. I'll get that super bubble wrapped packed up for you. Okay. I do have here, this is a Reed and Barton. It's about a 10-inch bowl. Um, It is silver plated, I can only assume, because if we read here, it says the world's finest silver plate, Reed and Barton. And then, of course, right above it here, we have our marks for Reed and Barton right here. And it shows the number 1203, which is the style number of this dish, where this one is like the medium sized bowl. About 10 inches across. I put 9 3/4, but I guess I was trying to be too exact. I'm starting the auction now. $6 start. You can see the beautiful edging going along there. And yeah, so I shined it up a little bit. I shined it up a lot, actually, just recently. But, it doesn't take long to get smudges and stuff on it. You just got to wipe it down again. Thanks for taking a look at that. Okay. Here's an example of one of those dishes that I said I have included the hanger on it. And let me show you what that looks like. On the back, you can see here that these are just hangers so that you can essentially hang it on your wall. Okay. Beautiful yellow floral. This also is a Lefton floral decorative dish. It's 8 inches wide, 350 start. There are no nicks, flea bites. If there's any sort of flea bite or anything, I will definitely mention to you, but this is in perfect condition. A 350 start, and it's going to include the wall hanger that's already on it. If you want to take it off it, all you do is take these. They're like, they're just stretchy, and you just pop it off. It's very simple to move. But that's a beautiful floral dish to use in whatever way suits your fancy. Thank you so much for looking at that. Okay. All right. I have here a beautiful, this is like a brass. Now, I actually cleaned this today. I know some people don't like it when you clean these, but I cleaned it specifically because I needed to make sure that uh, there were some darker marks on here, and I needed to make sure they weren't like permanent marks. But when I took my cleaning stuff, everything wiped clean. I did not clean the back, so that's what that looks like. But you could hang this, but it's also a footed poinsettia trivet. 7 inches, quite lovely. It's a $5 start on this. You can use it for the holidays, but just generally you can use it. But this is brass. It's lovely, and you can see I cleaned it up. It's looking pretty darn good. So we've got 7 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you for looking at that. Oh, goodness gracious. Things are falling all over the place. Okay. All right, here's a beautiful cherry decorative dish. I can't necessarily say it's hand painted. I can never tell on these. I guess sometimes I can tell if they're hand painted because it either says it or you can feel it on the item. This is definitely porcelain. It's 7 inches. I do have a wall hanger on here, but that's essentially cherries and some greenery. It's quite lovely. A 350 start, no chips. It's in great condition. And obviously you have the option to hang it if you so chose to do so. We've got 10 seconds left, 350 start. Beautiful cherry dish, 7 inches wide. And I appreciate you taking a look at that. Okay, I have another dish here. This I did also clean, but all of the life that it had before it came to us, it's old, so I can't totally get it clean. But you can see it's got some like floral kind of that is also embossed. It's coming towards us. It's just a little metal dish. And on the back, it says 1881 Rogers EPNS. That stands for electroplated nickel silver, maybe? I don't know. And it's got 1121, which I think is the specific description of this exact bowl. Lovely bowl. I did shine it up a bit on the front, but every little mark, and I can't get it all off. It's old. So a 250 start on that dish, 7 inches wide. Just a fun little dish to put trinkets in. I'm loving, you can see the etching on the back. That here it's like etched in, but on this side it's embossed like it's coming out at you. We've got 5 seconds left on that dish, that candy dish, or however you want to use it. Thank you for looking at that. Okay. I've got here another brass trivet. This is also footed. And you can see in my picture, you can see the size of it. It is, I guess, well, I'll measure it here. It's about 8 inches long, okay? But you can see open work there, all brass. It's heavier and footed, okay? Very simple little trivet. I'm actually going to lower this to $3. And I'm starting the auction now. There's nothing wrong with it. It's got some nice, kind of filigree look to it. And it's to put your hot dishes on. I love mixing antiques with, new things. Obviously, I'm selling a lot of antiques, but that doesn't mean I don't still enjoy having antiques. As you see here, there's a lot of things from my antique booth that I keep, that aren't necessarily going away, but I can't keep it all. So I have to pick and choose what I like the best. But I do appreciate beautiful antiques. So anyways, thank you for taking a look at that. Okay, I have another fruit plate here. This has got pears and grapes, and again, this sort of lattice open work here. On the back, it says Sherman, Bavaria. You can see the marks it has there on the back. It's in excellent condition. And the width of this dish is 8.5 inches. Okay, as you can see it there. There are no flea marks or anything on it. It's a beautiful dish and a $3.50 start. Again, all I'm trying to do here is recoup my costs. So a great price and a beautiful dish. Thank you for your bid. D. Oh, and I just noticed this beautiful gold kind of scroll that's on the inside there. I'd never noticed that before. Lovely. D, you've got great taste. I bought these in the first place because I loved them. I think you're going to really appreciate having them. And I know you've bought a lot of antiques from me before, so I'm happy to see them move along to somebody who has some knowledge about them. Makes me happy. So thank you so much for that. All right, so I have a whole bunch of plates and bowls, still more to come. This is a larger dish. It is a bowl, but it's kind of a shallow bowl. There is no brand on it. It's got some really pretty blues, like teal blues and kind of burgundy browns. And the edging is meant to look very kind of rustic like that. There are no chips. It does have texture there as you see it, but there's no brand on the back. It's older. Okay, this is 9.5 inches. I'm going to move this back a little bit, and it's a very shallow bowl, so you can see there. Okay, I have a $2.50 start on that, and I'm starting the auction now. Again, if you're buying multiple things from me and that shipping really adds up, don't worry. Once I get everything put together in the shipping, I will refund you any overages over like $1 from my expenses. So I appreciate you guys taking a look at that one. I've never talked so fast ever. Usually I'm stopping and telling stories and going into this and that and whatever. Isn't this beautiful? Oh my gosh, there's some plates I'm about to bring here that are going to blow your mind because they're just so beautiful. I think these next two plates are probably my favorite of all the things here. I don't know where to put that, but I guess I'll put that there. Okay. So look at how beautiful this is. We've got that embossing going on. We've got the open work happening here with those little kind of cutouts, little handles, floral. Oh, so beautiful. I love this dish. There is no brand. There are no nicks. It's in great condition. This is, let me pull it up. This is 9.5 inches wide. Okay. I have it as a $4 start for those interested. It's beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite plates. I don't know. I love the softness of it and the colors. And I don't know. I'm very into shabby chic. So I appreciate the beauty of this for sure. So thank you for your bid, D. You're getting some awesome deals tonight. I'm so happy they're going to somebody who knows what, who can appreciate what they're getting. So that makes me super happy. Thank you so much for your bid. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. I'm going to keep plugging along here. Don't be shy. Hopefully, if I really am doing a good job, I'll finish at the end and may have some time that if you want me to rerun anything, you can holler at me if there's anything else that comes up. Look at this beautiful teal floral dish. Now, this is not a bowl. This is definitely a plate. It is 10 inches wide. I want you to look close up because you can see the texture going on this on the edges here. Even these little goldy parts here, that ball is lifted up. It's just texture all along the edge, okay? Now, there are no flea bites on this. Let me just do an extra check here. I'll always tell you if I think there's anything. It's just in perfect condition. This is, again, this plate and the plate that I just sold, I think were my two favorites of all the plates. But that one is a $5.50 start, and the auction is running now. 10 inches wide. Let me move this back a little. Beautiful. It's got those little handles on it. And I think this is probably the first I've noticed, but it's got this little, like kind of lattice gold scroll edging there. Very, very nice. So Dee is going to get some awesome items sent her way. That is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Let's see what else I can bring you. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Okay. These are not quite shabby chic styles here, but let me bring these up for you. This one actually has a like a kind of a windmill scene, as you can see here, kind of blue. I wouldn't call it flow blue exactly, but it definitely has blue. That's how the scene is made up of blue. It's a beautiful scene, with trees and the sky and all that. But if you look, this is texture. So that's embossed in there. And again, earlier in Rachel's live, she was asking if one of the dishes, that, I don't know what you call it, like crazy, whatever the word she used, she was asking, is that intentional or is that just old? In this case, I think we see it because it's old. But on the piece that she showed earlier, I think it was intentional, but this is definitely an older piece. I don't know what that stands for. But yeah, so this dish is a $3 start. It's got a lovely little kind of gold, edging there with its windmill scene. For any lovers of windmills, we've got 10 seconds left on that decorative plate. If you knew how slow I normally am, you'd be so impressed at how speedy I'm being. Okay. Thank you for looking at that. All right. If we have any Niagara Falls lovers here, there are lots of decorative plates like this made by the brand Swintertons. If you look them up, there's tons of collectible plates from lots of different places. So these most certainly have value for sure because I've looked them up and I've seen them. But this one is specifically for Niagara Falls, and it's got all these extra scenes along the edge, as you can see here. And again, I'm going to show you the stuff that you see on the back. Let me move this to stage. Niagara Falls forms a natural boundary between the United States and Canada. And it's actually got information about the size of the falls. That's cool. Made in England. So this is a $3 start. Definitely just a collectible plate. They have them for everything, like so many kind of American, kind of landmarks, if you say. But these were actually made in England. So we've got 2 seconds left. And thank you for looking. I most appreciate it. Okay. So I have a fun little giveaway here for any takers. Now, as I was getting ready for the sale today and I was pulling these, antiques and collectibles, there's a limit. I have a whole room down in my basement that has like smaller furniture and some other items that are just too big for me to sell in this platform. So I've reached my limit size wise in what I can really sell. So it's really just these have all been littles. But, as I bring them up, obviously I double check before I'm going to list or bring anything to sale. And as I was getting ready to list that, it had a crack right there in the edge. It's the only crack on here. It's the only thing. Here's that dish. I'm showing you this for a reason, so just bear with me. And then I had this other dish that was like an Asian type of dish. It does have one of those wall holders on it, as you see. It's got some insignia in the back. I'm not quite sure what it stands for. It says Chinese something. I don't know. LSYS. I don't know. I can't tell. But that dish I noticed had a little chip right there. Most people would probably never notice it. They're lovely. So if you ever wanted to use them as decor, they're great things. And then this dish that I am going to bring to stage right now, I had a $3 start on it. And it's beautiful. It's got this sort of ombre look going from dark blue into teal, into a cream, and beautiful florals in the center. This is Lee Ware by Lee Pottery. Okay, welcome in Vincent Street Market. Doing some serious bargains tonight. If there's anything in the store that I've already run that you want me to rerun, please don't be shy. Holler at me. There's some serious deals here. I'm just moving along some antiques after closing my booth because normally I focus on just jewelry. But the reason I showed you those other two dishes is because after I listed this dish, I didn't bump it or anything, but I happened to notice on the back side, you can't see it from the front. It looks perfect from the front. But right here on the back side, if I flip it over, I noticed there was a chip there. And I thought, gosh, I can't sell those. So what I decided is I was going to offer this plate plus this plate, which has that small chip, plus this bowl, which has that chip that I showed you, all of them for $3. I don't like selling things that have chips, but this is kind of going to be a whole bundle here. And it wasn't originally intended to be that, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to just offer all that. So it's a $3 start for anybody who doesn't mind slight little nicks that again, on this plate, you can't even see it. So if you're not necessarily getting things for resale and you're just using them for decor, you can't even see the nick on that because it's on the back side. Anyways, so any takers on that, it's $3 start for all. Okay. Thank you for looking at that. All right. I've got here a beautiful, larger Steubenville China floral decorative bowl. It's 9 inches wide all the way across. Okay. Welcome in, Chateau Tom. Okay. Love seeing the usernames. I just watched the coolest video on repurposing broken china into art and jewelry. Wow. Really? I bet that's really unique. I bet you people maybe, break those pieces and make them into maybe mosaics or maybe turn in a chunk of jewelry. I've actually bought some jewelry before that had little chunks of old china that were then, they were put into some sort of bezel set and they were made into a bracelet. So I have seen that type of thing before. Definitely the artisan and people are coming out to be very creative. So lovely. I totally agree, Dee, 100%. This bowl here, again, I want to note, now this isn't a huge chip. Let me see if I remember correctly. I'm feeling along the whole edge. So I don't know if you would necessarily call this a crack, but if you can see that this is how specific I'll be to you. I'm always going to be honest. Right there's the ever so slight crack that I can't feel it here, but I can ever so slightly feel it here. It is not a crack that is stretched into the bowl, but I just want you to be aware that that is there. This is a larger bowl that you could put, like fruits and set it on your counter. Welcome in Court Vintage Finds. But it's a $4 start. It's got that beautiful ridge there. And then on the back, you can see that it says Steubenville, China. Okay. Beautiful. And again, is that the right word? Is it called crazing? What is it called when those dishes start to get that crackling appearance from age? I can't remember what that's called, but I appreciate you taking a look at that bowl. Okay. All right. Now this is milk glass, decorative bowl. And here it looks very plain. Yes, crazy. And that's what I thought. It's got kind of obviously a scalloped effect there. And there it looks plain, but then if you flip it over, I think I showed the picture of both. You can see it's got this floral pattern and sort of like, leaves that make up the sides of the outside of the bowl. So that was a very unique, milk glass bowl to me. Okay. It's 9 inches wide. It's, it's a bigger bowl. It's not a shallow bowl in the least. And so I have this for a $3.50 start, just moving this along. And I started the auction now, but I don't know. I thought it was super fun. That you've got the little knobs there that are the feet of the bowl, but that you have those designs on the outside. Again, I'm feeling here on the outside. I'm not feeling any nicks. I mean, there's a little rough patches, but it's not because there's nicks per se. There's just sometimes the edge of the glass gives you that. So anyways, that's going home with D. Very, very lovely. I'm going to get you bubble wrapped like crazy, D. I assure you. Okay. This is an absolutely gorgeous dish. Gorgeous. Okay. I can't even let you appreciate. I'm coming back here a little bit so you can see it. It's not, let me bring it up to auction. It is 11 and a half inches wide. It's obviously like a divided dish here with that little knob in the middle. Beautiful floral spring colors. Nothing wrong with it, but definitely has some age because once again, you see some of that crazing going on, which to me, I personally love that look. There are no nicks. It's in perfect condition. I'm going to try to... It's hard to show you the whole thing sometimes because I don't have as much space right here, but that's the back side. Isn't that a lovely dish? Okay. And so I had a $6 start on that dish. I just love it. One I considered keeping, but again, I can't keep everything, but definitely my taste. We've got 10 seconds left on the divided dish. Or you could call it a tray, I suppose. Okay, I appreciate you taking a look. Okay, there were a few other items that I pulled that I didn't have time to actually bring them, like make listings for them. So let me grab them. Now, I want to remind you that for those of you who don't know, obviously I have a lot of things that I sell that are in my Buy It Now store. And these are things that have already come to auction that I've even lowered the price even a little bit more. I just wanted you to be aware there's a lot of antiques and collectibles very similar to the ones I'm bringing you tonight. You see, I hadn't even listed these because I still have my antique booth prices on them. And when I left my antique booth right at the very end, I lowered everything, just trying to move them so I didn't have to bring them all home. And so obviously there are things I, did end up bringing home. But I want to show you that in my store currently, my Buy It Now store, I have this, casserole platter. It's, obviously got the lid looking like that. This is the inside. This is the bottom. It's a Homer and Laughlin Hudson, whatever that means. But obviously it has this little gold kind of floral look here, but part of it kind of rubs away over time. I guess that's just what happens because it's old. So some of it's got a little bit rubbed away. It's more rubbed away there. But I know that and the lid actually doesn't have any rubbing away, but I know that I had brought that to auction previously. So right now you can find this dish on my, hold on, let me pull it up, in my store. Hold on one second. Let me go to my store on my other device. And I'm just telling you, beautiful antiques and vintage decor at rock bottom prices that have already previously come to auction that's worth you checking out, okay? As well as jewelry. There's jewelry in here as well. Teacups, jewelry sets, coordinated jewelry sets. But the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you this dish is already listed on there. And there's a reason I'm telling you all this, I promise you. Let me get to it. Oh, that's a different dish. There's some there's some wearable jewelry lots, 5 pounds plus, with great jewelry in it for a great price. Coordinated jewelry sets. Haven't gotten there yet. Still waiting. Okay, there it is. So here it is. Literally, I have it on there for $6, okay? The reason I'm telling you that, here, I'll finish going here, showing you all the things on my store, a lot of coordinated sets. There are some sets that are sterling silver jewelry earring sets that you can see here at the tail end. Lots and lots of great deals, okay? But I noticed today, even though I didn't have time to list this one, that this platter actually matches this casserole dish, okay? I didn't get to list it yet, but we might as well create a listing so that if anyone has any interest, they can purchase that. Obviously, I'll take this sticker off and wipe it down. But let me create a listing for you real quick, if that's okay, for this casserole. I'm sorry, I guess you would consider it to be a like a platter, like where you would put meat and whatever. It's pretty big. And I would say it's about 15 inches wide. I'm sorry, long. Okay. But this is the same brand as that other dish. It's called Homer. I don't know if you can still hear me when I leave to go do this, or if I'm just talking to myself, but I'm just typing in. Um, 15 inches on long, meaning the longer side. Okay. And I'm going to offer this for $5. And weight-wise, I need to increase this. Yes. Again, I can refund any overages on that. And so I'm going to move this to stage and bring it to auction. So if anyone's interested in being able to get a matching set, I did discover those were the same. So I'm starting the auction now. $5 start. And you can again see that crazing going on that platter. Flip it over. You can see the brand right there on the back. And we've got 5 seconds left. And I appreciate you looking. Oh, good. I didn't know. I always wondered if when I went away to make those listings, if it was like quiet or if people could hear. I never knew. Okay, here's another platter. It doesn't have necessarily a matching piece. Now, I also want to remind people, for those of you that know, I typically do my shows here in the Lilyworks community on District on Mondays and Friday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If there's ever any occasion on the weekend to be a part of a train, which is what I did today, I joined up with Rachel to do a little mini train. You might sometimes see me, but I typically don't do my shipping until Tuesday, so that everyone can benefit from the Friday, weekend, and Monday shows for the purpose of progressive shipping. So again, I won't be shipping all of these out until after my show tomorrow evening, which will be jewelry, back to jewelry show again. So anyways, this dish, it's another platter. It's not quite as big as the other one I just showed you. It still has that beautiful gold. I would say this is about 12 and a half inches long. Okay. This is another, got, kind of gold, you know, edging along there. So let me add this. I'm going to take a picture. And let me look on the back. Oh, there's no brand on this. So let me just write what I wrote on my tag. Oh, by looking it up, I know that it's Goldette because I would have already done a Google search on it for my antique booth. Goldette by Cannonsburg. Oval serving platter. And what did I say? 12 and a half? I don't know. No, it's probably about 13 and a half long. It's just a guesstimation. Okay, and so I'm going to offer this for $3. And let's make this a little bit less. 7 and 4. Done. Publish. Add to stream. Move to stage. Okay, so here's this oval dish. Again, you can see it's got that kind of gold floral pattern. And we once again do have definitely some crazing going on. It's very difficult for you to see, but it's going on the back of that dish. Just show its age for sure. Okay, so I'm going to run that a $3 start for anyone interested. It's looking like that. Okay. And I think what I might do here with the last, 7 minutes that I have is I may take a few of the items that I already brought to auction and maybe bundle a few of them together to see if maybe people might be interested in a deal of some bundled items that can be a little bit cheaper. Okay, so here I have both of these trivets. And if I look in my listings, let me see what I had them. I can give you a better deal for buying both of them together. So this trivet I had brought to auction at $3. And then the poinsettia trivet I had at $5. So if anyone is interested in purchasing both of them, the original price was $8, but I will offer them, I can't believe I'm doing this, for $6. So if any takers are interested, I'm going to create a listing with both of them together. Brass trivet bundle. Okay. And I'm going to move that to stage for anyone interested. You may or may not be, but here we go. Move to stage. An even better deal. And I'm starting the auction now. Again, those are footed. Kind of scroll. Very pretty. And I cleaned this up today, so it's looking pretty darn fantastic. You could hang it on the wall. It's got its original tag here. Oh, sorry. Start the auction. And it's like a poinsettia. So it can definitely be used for the holidays. Again, I cleaned this side, but didn't clean the back. So for that bundle together, offering it for $6. We've got 5 seconds left. And I appreciate you looking. Okay. Let me see what else I can bundle together. These eggs I had offered as a buy it, like buyer's choice, but I'm happy to offer that as a bundle. So they were going to be, hold on one second. Bundle of 3. So cute for an Easter basket or decor for Easter. They are heavy for sure. They were $2.50 each to do as a buyer's choice, but I will offer all 3 of them. That would have made it $7.50. I will offer all 3 of them for $5.50 for all 3 of them. So, and I am going to, why is it not done? Why is it not letting me change that? Oh, because I have to duplicate and then edit. How annoying. Sorry, give me a second. I have to go back up to the top and now edit this. And I was going to offer it. Wow, what a deal. $5.50 for all of them. What a cute way to, for, decor. Even if you don't put it in an Easter basket individually, you can just use it as decor all the time. I think it's cute. Okay, so any takers, I'm starting the auction now. $5.50. They're heavy glass, or whatever sort of, maybe it's another kind of stone, but it just doesn't show up on the gem tester as like, quartz or anything like that. Okay, I appreciate you taking a look. All right, so I just have to say, I cannot believe that I got through all of those listings in an hour. So I'm giving myself a pat on the back. Normally I play games and I show all the, which some people I think appreciate when I'm showing all, the Google Lens research and, whatever. It's just information I want to share to my buyers. But I really appreciate you joining the mini train today. I was so happy to hear Rachel was putting one together. So I was all about it. And thanks for coming and checking out my vintage and antiques decor. Most of these items I'm probably going to end up putting into my store. So they will be available for buy it nows soon. And yeah, so the next person, woohoo, on the train that will be our caboose is Dee with Dee's Deals, who is in this show right now, but she will be ready. So hopefully, let me see if when I close this, if it gives me the option. Looks like she's already ready. So we're going to be raiding into Dee. I appreciate everyone coming, and you guys have a fabulous weekend. I don't know how many of you are going to be joining Super Bowl Sunday, but lots to watch tomorrow. And even if you don't love football, it's an awesome opportunity to enjoy a whole bunch of fattening appetizers, which is just yummy. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks for coming. Take care.